Hello and welcome to today's daily response video. I'm Zara Rush, creative producer for People Make It Work, and today I'm joined by Clare Thurman, who is the program director for People Make It Work. Hi Clare.
Hi Zara.
How are you doing today?
Yes, good, thank you.
Yeah, we've got bright sunshine still. I'm feeling the sunshine vibes.
Definitely helps.
Yeah. So, fellow colleague, and I've seen you do your incredible work. Could you take us through what you do for People Make It Work?
Yeah, sure. So I'm the program director for People Make It Work. So that means the focus of my work is on the programs that we deliver, likely to be with groups of people, organisations and individuals. And what I really love about that is that I'm able to listen to the sector and get a kind of sense check across a whole range of contexts and how people are working. And then my role is to work with the team and develop creative solutions to help people overcome challenges and build more resilience. So we work with lots of different people and thinking about how we create the right program for those groups of people that we're working with. I think that the key to this is in co-creating. So rather than thinking about what people need and then writing a prescriptive training program for them, we do really intense listening over a long period of time and facilitate groups of people to develop their own content ideas and the things that they want to focus on to help them fulfill their potential. We support that process, respond with tailor-made tools and resources, and also draw on our brilliant network of associate consultants to help feed into that where particular topics need some expertise. So for me, it's about creating communities of learning, doing lots of connecting of people, connecting themes across the sector, and really enabling people to do the best work that they can.
And I know that you also work for What Next. Could you tell us a little bit about What Next and what you do for them?
So What Next is a national movement, and it's about shaping and debating the future of the arts and cultural sector. There's a real need to respond to what's happening in society more generally with What Next. My role is the national movement lead, so I support around 30 chapters of What Next across the UK. And we help to facilitate conversations and debates that lead to taking action and influencing change in the sector. And it's really thinking about the role of the arts and cultural sector in society and how we can help to look at social justice through the lens of arts and culture, and really advocating for the place of that in everybody's lives as a whole.
Yeah. I'd be really interested. We find ourselves in these unprecedented times right now. And with all of your experience and knowledge, could you tell us a little bit about what you're reflecting on and what your insights are at this time? And then from that, any provocations for action or any thoughts about what could be a wise way to move at this time?
Yeah, of course. I think because through both of my roles with People Make It Work and with What Next, I'm really fortunate that I do hear and come into contact with people across all parts of the sector. So large organisations, small organisations, venues, art galleries, museums, all sorts of different parts, but also individual artists and freelancers working in different ways across the sector. And what I've noticed is that actually the cultural sector is resilient. Individuals within it are incredibly passionate, and we have the ability to positively influence change within our society. This is a really strange time, and change is happening to all of us. And it's an external force that no one can control, and it's having a dramatic impact on our lives. And as we know from all of our work with organisations on change, is nobody likes change done to them. So it's a really unsettling time. And we're experiencing really different responses to that. But we're also witnessing an incredible strength as communities come together across the world. I also think that this crisis has shone a light on some of the flaws in how we operate within the sector and within society overall. It's also highlighted the people who've fallen through the gaps in getting support and some of the injustices and inequalities in society. Unfortunately, because of this, many people in fact, who were already negatively impacted by inequalities in society are now even more so and really feeling the effects. So I believe quite strongly that there's a need more than ever for organisations and individuals within our sector to recognise these inequalities and make it their core mission to focus on inclusion and access and breaking down barriers. We're all working harder than ever, and many organisations working hard to survive, as well as reimagine how things can be done differently in the future. It's a real opportunity, but it's also a massive challenge. I think that amongst the organisations that I work with and have been supporting, many are facing severe financial challenges and questions about their future. And I also think it's really important at this time, as we go through these challenges, to think about our values, our core values, and remain true to those in the toughest of times. And picking up on this strength and power that we see in communities, however the future looks, however we reshape our future, I believe that our communities and young people should really be part of our focus.
Yeah, I think there's some really crucial keys in there. Thank you so much for your reflections and for those insights at this time. Is there anything that you wish to leave us with today?
Well, I would say that my other reflections really around this time are sort of on an individual level, and that's my experience of working with other individuals, but also my personal experience and response and challenges. In the cultural sector, you know, we're really good at coming together and rallying around a sense of urgency, and it takes a lot of adrenaline. And I've noticed a lot of that keeping people going and enabling people to do a lot of this, you know, really, really brilliant work that's going on. But I also recognise that adrenaline isn't sustainable long term. And I would just really urge people to take care of themselves and slow down the pace wherever they can. It's a really natural response. But many of us are also juggling changes in our personal lives, including looking after young children 24/7, and that comes with its own challenges.
Yeah. Have you got any tools or tips that could support us with that?
So yeah, I've got 3 kind of tips. I mean, there are many, many tips, but 3 top tips that I would say. The first one is to find your person or your people who will check in with you on your self-care and your mental well-being. Just make sure that you're doing okay. The second one would be to set some boundaries and communicate those really clearly with people around you, people you're working with, and your families. And the third one would be to try and find some distractions. So, you know, I'm sure that many of you, like me, end up with very little evening left once the children are in bed and the chores are done. And so I've been trying to create habits to do something different with that time that's not catching up on the news or, you know, checking my emails, but it's actually, you know, doing something slightly creative, even if just for half an hour, or something that switches the attention to something else, even if you want to use your brain. I found a brain training app recently that's 10 minutes a day of like brain training exercises. And actually it's just something alternative to focus the mind on. And I find that really helps to switch off from all of the busyness that's around us.
And like tap into other aspects of your being. I think those moments of like free creativity,
Yeah.
without any pressure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clare, thank you so much for spending time with us this morning. It's been brilliant speaking to you.
Thank you.